Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Redlands Inside Courier Gym for tonight's Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Showdown between the visiting Panthers of Chapman University and your Bulldogs of the University of Redlands. I'm Lance Franey, Sports Information Director here at the University of Redlands, and I have a special guest joining me tonight for the broadcast, assistant football coach for the wide receivers and a Redlands alum, Charlie Yeager. Charlie, welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to join you up here tonight.
Yeah, so as we get through these starting lineups, which we'll talk about shortly, Charlie, this is your first broadcast of the season joining me. What is so exciting about attending the University of Redlands?
You know, I'll tell you, before I even got here, I didn't even know that this place existed. It was kind of a diamond in the rough out here. I'd never even heard of Redlands, never knew what Redlands was. And the former coach, Mike Maynard, called me up one day and said, "Hey, we'd love for you to come play football out here. We think you're a pretty good football player." I said, "What the heck is this place?" And I got out here, and I tell you, I absolutely fell in love with it. The people out here are great. Since I graduated in 2012, I've stayed here for a decade. I've coached here for a decade. So that should kind of tell you everything you need to know about this place and the kind of people that are here and the family that is the University of Redlands. Yeah,
now you've talked to us about what you majored in. You came here to play sports as well, but what's the future goal for you?
So I majored in mathematics. If I had to do it over, I'd probably pick something a little bit easier. But I majored in math, and right now I currently work for UPS Airlines out in Ontario. But I'm getting a master's in sports casting through the Full Sail University, Dan Patrick's Full Sail University, and this is kind of a goal of mine, one of those dreams to continue to work in sports. Not everybody gets that opportunity, so I'm hoping that I can break in there and continue that.
Of course. Now, talking about some of the lineups here this evening, let's talk about the starting five. And we have a lot to talk about this evening, especially coming back with COVID-19 safety protocols. But let's go through the starting lineups for both teams tonight.
All right, so we'll start with the Chapman Panthers. Number 1, Juliana Campa. She is a second-team All-SCIAC, and she's got 100 three-pointers made in her career. Number 2, Sammy Inana. She's a 50% field goal shooter. We got 23, Katie Kubo. She's averaging 5 points a game, 3.7 assists. And we got number 44, Brittany Mcpherson. She's kind of the leader of the team. She leads the team with points, 14.3 a game. She had a breakout freshman year, and then she kind of had an ACL tear, put her back a little bit, but she's back on the court now, and it'll be fun to watch her play. And then number 12, Julia Strand. She's got 516 career points, and she's also returning back. They're happy to have her back as well on the Chapman side.
Now, talking about the University of Redlands Bulldog starters, and we have a mix-up tonight.
Yeah, we do. You know, there's some COVID protocol going on, so unfortunately, 3 of the normal starters for the University of Redlands are not able to play tonight. So they have a few people filling in. In fact, 4 of today's 5 starters, it's going to be their first start of their entire career, right? So we start off with number 2, Leah Tan. She played significant minutes already, 13.4 a game, but this will be her first start. Julia Balestreri, she's kind of the breather for Hannah Jerrier most games, but tonight she's starting. She had a double-double against Whittier, career high 16 points, 13 rebounds, so she's perfectly capable. Number 5, Kaylee Watanabe. Again, her first season playing with the Bulldogs, so they're looking forward to seeing what she can do tonight. Number 24, Alyssa Downes. She is the senior starter, just had her 1,000th career point against Whittier, averages 14.8 a game, and she's actually started every game at Redlands except for one. That was her freshman year against Laverne. And then number 34, Mira Allen, getting her first start as well. Funny, she's a business major like a lot of people here. She wants to travel the world after graduation, like I think a lot of people would love to do. Hopefully COVID ends and she gets a chance to do that.
Of course. And so like you talked about, a mix-up in the starting lineup, COVID-19 protocols. We haven't had a game since December 20th for the Maroon and Gray. Their last game was an upset win over Wartburg College, where they won 72-65. They're ranked 13 in the country at that point. The Bulldogs come in 6-2 overall, 2-0 in conference play. And for Chapman University, they come in. They've had a tough start to the season. They are currently 3-6, 2-1 in conference. But they have had the luxury of playing one extra game in non-conference than the Bulldogs because of all the cancellations and postponements. But right now, the Bulldogs are without 3 of their starters, like you mentioned. Bulldogs trail 4-2. Interesting starting lineup for Coach Murphy here this evening. So we'll see what they can do. The Bulldogs wearing their normal white-on-white here at home. Chapman University, black-on-black with the white trim. No spectators in the crowd tonight. Do you think that's going to make a difference here tonight for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, whenever you're playing without spectators in the stands, it's a little different. I was fortunate enough last year. I got to help out with some of the games and get to actually see some live action when the Bulldogs played both the men's and the women's. And I can tell you, as someone that was a student here and comes and watch games here when there's people in the stands, it is significantly different. There's a noise factor, there's an intensity factor, there's an adrenaline factor that you don't get when there's nobody in the stands. Now, they're going to bring their own atmosphere tonight. The girls are. They're going to be yelling and hollering and chanting. And so that's going to be good, but it makes it more of a neutral court type situation. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
So right now, the Bulldogs trail 8-2. Turnovers are going to prove crucial tonight for the Bulldogs. Chapman, they pick up almost 12 steals a game, and they use that with their press, their tenacious press that they have. They don't have the size compared to what the Bulldogs have, but with Hannah Jerrier out because of COVID, you just lost a huge All-SCIAC performer there, and Chapman's going to try and use their smaller size and their quickness to be able to pick up those quick points. Like you see, another 2 inside. They're going to go to Mcpherson quick and early. That one was a nice move there by number 12, Julia Strand, and here comes that press once again for Chapman. And a little difficulty here for the Bulldogs early.
Yeah, you were talking about Hannah, and it's tough to replace someone like her. She's got 3 double-doubles this season, and you can't just replace double-doubles. You can't replace that kind of production. So, talking to Coach Murph today, he gave me a couple keys to the game. He said we got to limit turnovers and get some offensive rebounds, which sounds like something that every coach would say, but he said, Chapman likes to press. Like you said, they are smaller, so they like to create a little more chaos, force turnovers, and try to get some quick steals and some points, and they've done that already a little bit tonight.
And so that's going to bring us to a timeout. That's called by Coach Murphy. They trail by 10, 12-2. And we're going to stay here with you on the broadcast talking about some of the, behind the scenes. If we're looking at the head-to-head matchup over the last 5 years between these two teams, the Bulldogs actually are only 2-8 over their last 5 years. Their 2 wins coming 2 years ago during their SCIAC championship run and their NCAA berth. So Chapman has their number over their last 5 years.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to see quite a few of those games. Chapman always manages to put together a pretty good team every year. Carol Jew, she's the winningest coach in Chapman history, right? And she's taken them to 7 straight SCIAC tournaments. They won the title back in 17 and 18. And then she has 1 regular season title too. So they're always in the mix. They're always competing. And unfortunately, those games, Redlands came out on the wrong side of it. But like you said, they've won their last 2 meetings, and some would call that a win streak. So that's what we'll call it too.
So that was a quick timeout call by Coach Murphy, and they're trailing 12-2, and a lot of people are watching this game tonight. Chapman, the Bulldogs were heavily favored in this game if they had their other starters available tonight, which would include Hannah Jerrier. But right now, I've talked about this in my preview, Chapman continues to get better in the latter part of this season. Like I said, they're 2-1 in conference play, 3-6 overall. They are currently riding a 3-game losing skid, though. So they've had some tough competition. They saw their couple games, Wisconsin Lutheran and Amherst, canceled. They currently ride a 3-game losing skid with losses against Northwestern, Wartburg, and Pomona. So this is a tough game for the Bulldogs as you see that turnover from Alyssa Downes. 12-2 the score. Where is the offense going to come from here for the Bulldogs tonight?
Well, normally, and again, you look at it, Alyssa Downes leading scorer, 14.8 points a game. Angelina Roach, 13.9 points a game. They're big in manufacturing points, but they're not going to be able to do it alone tonight. They can't do it just by themselves. Leah Tan, who's been a lot of minutes, she's going to have some more production. Julia Balestreri, she's going to have some production down in the paint again and make up for Hannah Jerrier. So it's going to have to be a collective team effort, and the 8 that they have here, they're going to have to find a way to pick it up.
And you see a lot of the players in the game right now. You're talking about Mira Allen. You're talking about Leah McKinney. A couple of those players, Kaylee Watanabe, they have hardly seen the court this season. And right now you can tell down there you got a 2-on-1 and a turnover by the Bulldogs down low, and now they trail 16-2. I don't know if Coach Murphy really wanted to have this game going here tonight with only 8 players available, but that would have given them another game to push back, which they definitely did not want to happen, and I am sure he's very frustrated. But you still have Alyssa Downes and Angelina Roach, who has the left-handed layup inside, so you do have some players who can score, but right now turnovers are proving costly.
Yeah, and what could be difficult when Chapman knows your big hitters are out, Cheyenne and Jordan and Hannah, they're obviously going to then focus more on some of your bigger scorers and your Alyssa and Angelina, and so they're going to have to, again, find a way to spread around and have some of these other girls, these younger girls that haven't had as much play time, they're going to have to find a way to step up, and they're going to cut their teeth tonight, and they're going to find out what SCIAC basketball, college basketball is about.
He talked about it. Cheyenne Pacalina won the point guard, senior leadership here for the Maroon and Gray, unable to play this evening as the point guard. And that's huge because, again, Chapman has a lethal press that they're known for. Year after year, Coach Ju, she always practices and preaches that press. So the Bulldogs are going to have to figure out a way to beat that tonight. And without your point guard, who's going to be running the offense? It's going to be tough to find.
Yeah, and again, Leah Tan, we're going to find out exactly what she's made of tonight and see how she steps up to fill in those big shoes, those senior shoes.
And I'm interested to see who's going to be stepping up here tonight for the Bulldogs, because you have a lot of newcomers here with McKinney and Watanabe. You got Mira Allen. I'm interested to see which of these first years is really going to step up big here. But I'm really looking for Alyssa Downes as well to do some amazing things as she unloads on a three-pointer. Too hard, back iron. There's McKinney. Nice rebound. Goes up with her left. That's a nice take. Too hard. Rebounded, though. Down low, that's number 13, Aurel Chilon, senior from Rancho Palos Verdes here for Chapman.
Yeah, if you're Coach Murph tonight, I think what you're really looking for is you're looking for effort. You're looking for execution. The shooting may not be there, and that's just the way it goes sometimes, especially when you got girls that are out there or anybody that's out there that hasn't started before, that hasn't been on the big stage yet. And, they may struggle a little bit in that regard, and they're a little amped up, and there's adrenaline, and oh my gosh, but once they settle down, it's about executing what you're capable of.
And something you see here tonight. Now, Chapman played here back in the Bulldog tournament, and they ended up losing both games to Wheaton College, who was ranked 11 in the country. They also lost to Willamette University, who Redlands beat by 15. And so you would think that the Bulldogs definitely would be favored easily in this matchup. And right now, I think Coach Murphy wants some quality playing time for his youngsters, and he might be going, hey, if we lose tonight, we lose tonight. It's okay. It'll be our first loss. We're going to grow from this. We've got Caltech Wednesday, which he's going to get a lot of all three of those players on the bench right now. They're going to be coming in and playing on Wednesday. And then you got Cal Lutheran here at home. You got to get back on the boat. That's okay. Let's rebound from this loss.
Yeah, many times you have to try to find the positives in anything that's happening, right? And so, again, like you said, they've already postponed 2 games. You can't afford to postpone another one. because you're going to have to make the other 2 games up eventually at some point, and that's going to create some sticky situations as far as how many games you're playing in a week. The good news about basketball that's different than the sport I come from, which is football, is you have a postseason tournament for the SCIAC. If you give away maybe 1 or 2 games, then that's okay. And the silver lining here is going to be a lot of these girls that would not have gotten as much play time during conference play are going to get some of it early, and you might be able to rely on them later on when you really need them in a postseason tournament, in the NCAA tournament. So this may end up, even though right now they're on the wrong end of a 21-5 game, it may end up being an okay thing for them.
Absolutely, and I know Coach Murphy's not happy about the protocols and what's been going on with his players sitting out because, again, some of them tested positive for COVID, a week and a half ago, or they were close contacts to people as well, and they're still not finished, but they've got to go through the testing protocols. They've got to go through this situation, and it is a tedious process to go through. So it's really unfortunate for them because, again, the Bulldogs are the favorite in this conference to win the SCIAC championship again. They have their entire starting lineup back as well. And so they've been blowing some teams out. And now you have a score like this. People look at it and it's like, hey, what's going on? And then they look at the box score and you've got 3 of your main players not even playing. So, like you said, it's going to be a learning experience. And, hey, on the other end, you got to give credit to Chapman. They are knocking everything down tonight.
Yeah, right now they are shooting lights out, and they're getting production from every which way. And, again, they're doing exactly what they said they're going to do. They're going to press, and they're going to create havoc and force turnovers. And then on the other end, they're hitting their shots, which for them they're probably pretty excited about. They're not the greatest three-point shooting team, but tonight – they're hitting shots all over the place, and they probably appreciate a little bit of the uptick in production. And
I think when you have a cushion of 20 points, I think that also gives you confidence taking those shots, knowing I'm not in a crucial situation, and then you can knock them down. So 25-5 the score here in this first quarter, 29 seconds to go. We've got Starla Murillo coming in for the first time for the Bulldogs. Mira Allen checks out. A couple free throws coming up now for Chapman. They have a couple subs coming back into the game. And Carol Jew definitely excited about this. Like I said, they're 2-1 in conference. With a win tonight, they'll improve to 3-1, and they would be tied with Whittier, who's currently at 3-1. Redlands is 2-0 right now. They would drop to 2-1. And, again, they'd kind of be right in the middle of the pack. Pomona-Pitzer's 2-1. Chapman would then move to 3-1. Laverne's 2-2. Claremont's 2-2. But, again, you just got to bounce back from this, especially from an early deficit like this. You got to chip away from the lead. Baby steps. So 26-5 the score now. And Chapman continues to press. With 29 seconds to go, they are continuing to provide that pressure. It's because, again, they're trying to figure out who's going to be the point guard now for Redlands. They're trying to figure it out. Murillo back to Angelina Roach, who gets it past half court. We've got 20 seconds to go now in this first half. Here is Alyssa Downes, pull-up jumper, good. And Alyssa Downes, she's going to be the one we're going to have to talk about more.
Yeah, Alyssa Downes, again, we're hoping we get to talk about her more because she really is, she's the leading scorer on the team, right? And she did have that her 1,000th point, versus Whittier, December 14th. She's at 1,025 now. She holds the record, the school record for the most threes in the season. She's 31 points in a single game, career high, sophomore year versus Whitman College. And she's the all SCIAC second team her first 2 years. And she's also a pretty good student. She's SCIAC all academic, and yeah, she's going to have to step up a little bit. But again, it can't be one person, and Chapman is too good to beat them with one person. And obviously, they're going to have a little chip on their shoulder. Again, they lost the last 2 games against the University of Redlands. They are 8-2 against them in the last 5 years. So,
correct.
So of course, they're going to continue to press. They're going to continue to do the things that they do. They're going to continue to work on it. Just because the U of R doesn't have their best lineup in, their 5 starters, there's no love lost there. You're going to continue to compete
on the season, but tonight they are shooting lights out this evening, and we'll talk more about the stats coming up at halftime. But for those who have joined us here tonight, welcome to our live NCAA Division III broadcast of women's basketball here on the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm Lance Franey, joined by Charlie Yeager here to my right. And we are bringing you all of tonight's live action here between the Chapman University Panthers and the Bulldogs of the University of Redlands. First game since December 20th. It's great to be back here inside Courier Gym. No spectators allowed. We are starting the second quarter of action now. 26-7 the score right now. Lopsided. But right now, if you've joined us, Redlands without 3 of their starters, Hannah Jerrier, Monique Carrasco, Jordan Smith, and Hannah Jerrier, or Cheyenne Pakalinawan. So they are out a number of starters here tonight, which has proven detrimental for them here this evening. So a lot of the youngsters getting a lot of playing time here tonight.
Yeah, this is going to end up shaping up a little bit like the Masters game. I got a chance to talk to Coach Murph earlier, and he said that, them playing an NAIA team, it doesn't affect your standing or your record or any of that stuff as far as Division III is concerned. And he got to play a lot of the young players in that game as well. And so I'm sure he's treating tonight a little bit like that. And you have to, because you're down those 3 starters and Monique Carrasco. But his point to this is COVID is just another bump in the road for us. It's something that everybody has to deal with. We all have to figure out a way to deal with it. Some of these other teams may end up going through the same thing that the Bulldogs are going through right now. And maybe the Bulldogs are lucky they get it out of the way a little bit earlier. And he said, we've been playing good teams all year, and we've been beating good teams. That Wheaton game was a real close game, and his comment was we just folded at the end, and when we played Wartburg. Oh, nice take. When we played Wartburg, it was a close game at the end. That time we didn't fold, and we beat a good Wartburg team. So, there's a lot that they're going to build on here, and tonight's game is not an indication of – the score will not be an indication of how good they are. The effort and the toughness that they play with is going to be an indication of how good they are.
So, as we're chatting, 26-11 the score. The Bulldogs with a nice little run here in the first minute of this second quarter. 26-11. They're on this little run right now, providing a little positivity that we like to see.
6-point run, and basketball is a game of runs. You'll see it. It goes back and forth, back and forth. So hopefully they can utilize that and get a little confidence and continue to run. Obviously, the timeout trying to cool them down a little bit, but
Absolutely. Now, talking about some of the numbers coming into today's game for the University of Redlands, over the past 8 games, they're averaging 69.9 points per game, shooting 42.4% from the field, 29.6% from three-point territory, and about 68% from the free throw line. They haul in about 36 rebounds per game, with 27 of them coming on the defensive glass. They dish out about 14.4 assists per game with 2.6 blocks and 7 steals per game. They are limiting their opponents to 64 points per game, only 49 coming within conference play. But tonight it looks like the Panthers are probably going to be getting above that this evening. But they're also holding opponents to just a 39.3% clip. But again, things are going to be
great, steal, layup.
And we talked about it. You got to chip away. You just got to chip away at the lead little by little.
Well, now we're on a 10-point run. 10-0 in the last about 4 minutes.
And getting stops, as that's going to be an air ball from the end line, rebounded by Alyssa Downes.
Yeah, it looks like the change to zone has really helped out cool down the Chapman shooting, and has cooled down their ability to get steals and score. We got another 2 points. We got a 12-point run. Yeah.
You got to get the stops. You got to rebound. 26-17 the score. And Chapman ends that run right there. Jumper good here for the Panthers. 28-17 the score. But here's an opportunity for the Bulldogs. Leah Tan has it on the near sideline. We talked about this. 3 players getting their first starts of the season tonight. On the floor, Angelina Roach, Leah Tan. You've got Leah McKinney, Starla Murillo, and you've got Alyssa Downes. The lefty, good inside the paint for Alyssa Downes, 1,000 career point score. And this is what you like to see if you are the U of R right now. 28-19, they're not going away quietly right now.
No.
I think Balestreri was going to be playing a lot more, especially because of her height. And she has been putting up some impressive numbers. You've been seeing in their stats on the season when I was doing this, the stats have been going down for each player slightly, but hers have been going up. And so I would think they'd be playing her a little bit more because of that height. But it looks like he wants to go with a smaller lineup as the lefty, Jamie Kwan, knocks down a jumper just inside the three-point line. And then right after that, the press proves trouble for Angelina Roach as she turns it over on the far sideline. The score is now 32-21, is back to double digits.
Yeah, Julia Balestreri, she's 6'1", which is she's the tallest person, or would be the tallest person on the court, and she's averaging 12.1 minutes a game. And she's played in all 8 games, averaging 6 points a game, and she shoots pretty well. She's a 47.1% field goal.
So a trap down low. Alyssa Downes was trying to split the double team, and she was unable to. So the length by the Panthers forces another Bulldog turnover, and I guarantee you, Coach Murphy, that's what he's going to be talking about at halftime. As that shot bounces around, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Chapman. That's number 12. Julia Strand gives a fresh 30-second shot clock here to the Panthers. And we are going to have a reach-in foul called against Redlands. This is going to go against number 34, Mira Allen. That's her first team foul. And it looks like Julia Balastrari is set to check in now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so now they're going to bring that a little bit of that height back in. And like Coach Murph had talked to me about earlier today, was the rebounds. The rebounds are going to be a big deal. Second chance points, you can't allow that, especially when you're down as many players as you are.
And he's using Balestreri because of that height advantage for the rebounding as she picks up that defensive board. But here comes that press put on by Chapman once again. Angelina Roach. She's going to go inside. She was looking for Balestreri. Had it stolen away. Roach was able to pick it up. Pull-up jumper, good. And a nice smart play there by Roach to pick up the loose ball and knocks it in.
Yeah, she threw it into a little bit of traffic there, but Balestreri was able to recover, got the ball, got it back out to her, and that was a good play.
So 3:44 to go. Should have a media timeout coming up here shortly. Here's Chapman with it at the top of the three-point line, 32-23. Jumper from Mcpherson, too hard, and a good board from Leah Tan. And here she comes back the other way, past half court. And a three-pointer from Alyssa Downes, back iron, no good. And I think that's just going to be a forced shot there from Alyssa Downes. And here comes Watanabe back into the game. Kaylee Watanabe, junior from Santa Clara, California. She started the game, and she's back in for the second time.
Yeah, Kaylee Watanabe, again, her first start of the year.
So Chapman here on the near sideline. As that ball's deflected, nice hands by Murillo. Here comes Roach past half court. And a nice steal. This is an opportunity for the Bulldogs. You've got to find some offense. You've got Alyssa Downes still in. You've got Roach. You've got Balestreri. Here's an opportunity. Balestreri, jumper from the elbow. Rattles in and out. No good. And a defensive board here by Chapman. But then a steal by Balestreri. Gets it over to Roach. Goes into the paint. Up and under move. No good. Ball's on the floor. Ball's kicked out. Picked up by Chapman. No blocking foul called on Watanabe. Chapman gets it out in front. A nice layup in and out. No good. Offensive rebound by Julia Strand. And Alyssa Downes, she looks tired out there right now.
Yeah, again, she averages 32.3 minutes a game. But right now, Chapman is forcing the issue. They're forcing them to run up and down the court. And like we saw earlier, Redlands was forcing the issue a little bit. They were getting those fouls, but when you start getting turnovers and steals and you're running back and forth, you get a little tired.
And they were going to be calling on Alyssa Downes and Angelina Roach to play some big quality minutes here tonight, so you knew they were going to be trying to get those reps in. But 2:27 to go, 10-point game, 33-23. The Bulldogs trailed by over 20 points after that first quarter, but they have erased that 10-point or that 20-point deficit, and they now trail by 10. They have gone within single digits a couple of times. They're going high to low. Balestreri inside, had it blocked, misses it, got the offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. And again, Balestreri there probably should not have put that on the ground. Go up with it, keep it high, and just put it up for two.
Yeah, that's the size advantage right there. The last time she came down, she took that shot from the elbow, but that wasn't a bad shot. She was open, and she can shoot over everybody else. And right there, you got a chance to see, you give her the ball down low. She's bigger than everybody else. She's got those long arms, and she was able to put it right up and over them.
Nice play there from Balastrari. That's exactly what you want to see from your big. Jumper from the end line from Chapman. That's good. So they get that two right back. That's Katie Kubo. And here comes Watanabe. The point guard here goes behind her back. Here comes the trap. Swings it near side of Murillo. They're trying to get it to Roque. Murillo picks up her dribble, though, and now she's able to get it to Roque. She's going to go baseline. Thought she was going to kick that out. Misses the layup, gets her own offensive rebound, puts it back in, and they now trail 35-27.
Man, she's just scrapping, just doing whatever she can to carry the team. She's got 12 points, leading scorer for the team right now. And they're going to need some more, though. They're going to need some more out of her and Alyssa Downes.
So a kick out. This is Mcpherson, end line. Back iron, no good, but an offensive board. A long rebound for Nana, the junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, and a fresh shot clock here for Chapman. Those long rebounds, you got to be able to pick those up. Ball kicked out to the far side. Nice defense there, though, from number 34, Mira Allen for the Bulldogs. Mcpherson going to send it here to Campa. Three-pointer, good as the buzzer was going off, and Campa was able to knock it down. 11-point game now. Panthers going back up on top. The Bulldogs, they get within single digits, and the Panthers come right back. As that jumper's in and out from Watanabe, a great shot. Murillo has it, kicks it back up top to Mira Allen, over to Roque. Thought of the three-pointer, didn't like it. Inside to Balestreri, backs her player down. And Balestreri, she's going to the line for 2 free throws.
Good job again, feeding the big. I love when you feed the bigs inside. I was an offensive lineman, and whenever I played pickup basketball, you bet you get to be the center. So you get it into the big, get a foul, give everybody a little bit of rest. Love it.
And we're under a minute to play. We're at 22.3 seconds. 10-point game now. 38-28 the score. And Balastrari, she's actually a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, for a big, she's 76.2% on the season. And she's 2 for 2 right there.
Yeah, so a good job from Balestreri. Gets the Bulldogs within single digits here at 38-29. And this is definitely what Coach Murphy likes to see heading into halftime. But right now, you've got to get one final stop here by the Panthers. You've got to get out. Looks like they're playing man, or they're leaving the three-pointers wide open. That's off the mark. No good. You got one final look. Here's Murillo over to Roque. Can't get the shot off. And that's going to take us to halftime with the Panthers leading 38-29 here at the break. What a first half. Charlie, let's talk about the takeaways from this first 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, the first quarter, 25-5 at the end of the first quarter, and it felt like it was all but over for the Bulldogs, like they were going to get run out of their own gym. And now it's only a 9-point lead. They've been scrapping. They've picked it up. They've started playing within themselves. And I'll tell you right now, Chapman is happy to have Julia Strand back. She's got 13 points for them. But if you're the Bulldogs, you got to be happy. You've held Brittany Mcpherson to 2 points so far, right? And she's the leading scorer for the Chapman Panthers. So for you to get that kind of production out of the defense and play that well defensively, if you're Coach Murph, you got to be pretty happy with that. And then on the offensive side, the Bulldogs are getting a lot of production out of Angelina Roach. But again, you're going to need the other girls to pick up. And right now they've started feeding the ball to Julia Balestreri. That's good to see. Hopefully she can get some more points. They can give Alyssa Downes a little bit of a break and get her hot also. And if you can get that going, again, it's just chip away, chip away, chip away. And if you can stay in the game till the very end and give yourself a chance, that's all you can ask for.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about the matchup here, but right now we are going to take a break. We've had a lot to talk about here in this first half. Let's take a break right now on the Bulldog Sports Network. We will be right back with all of you with some first half stats and with some more insight and analysis heading into the final 20 minutes. Stay tuned. So we are back here on the Bulldog Sports Network talking about some of these first half stats as we are close to getting started with this third quarter of play. Like I said, 38-29, the Panthers do hold the lead, but the Bulldogs have fought back from over a 20-point deficit. They trailed by 21 points, but they have gone within single digits with a huge second quarter. They were outscored 26-7 in the first quarter, but came back to outscore Chapman 22-12 in the second. That's where we sit right now. Charlie, let's talk about some of these stats from this first half. What really stands out to you?
Well, again, Julia Strand being back for Chapman, she's got 13 points. That's a big get for them. And then obviously number 44, Brittany Mcpherson, they're the team scorer. She only has 2, but you can expect in the second half that probably will not be the case. She is going to come out firing, and she will hit some shots. Again, Angelina Roach, she's got 12, which you need some points out of her if you're the Bulldogs. Alyssa Downes, you're going to need some more points out of her as well. It's good to see Leah Tan scoring a little bit. Julia Balestreri, I think that's where the key is going to be. We've seen a couple times now them go inside, and Chapman didn't have an answer for her. She towers over the top of them, so it'll be interesting to see if they continue to feed her down low and if they can score some points there.
So you're looking at some of the shooting percentage. 46% for Chapman for the game, 40% from the three-point line, and 50% from the free throw line. For Redlands, 33.3% from the field, a weird stat line, 0%. 0 for 7 for the game from the three-point land, but they are shooting 75% from the free throw line. So they've got to find something from long range right now in this second half if they want to chip away into this lead. And it's going to come from Alyssa Downes. She is probably their top three-point shooter, along with Cheyenne Pack-Linawan, who's unable to play today. Alyssa Downes, she's going to have to go off here in this second half with only 4 points right now.
Yeah, again, your big players, you're always going to expect the most out of them. So, again, I expect to see in this second half more of Brittany Mcpherson. I expect to see more of Alyssa Downes.
So a three-pointer there from Campa. And they're off to a strong start, 41-29, back to double digits. And a turnover here. It looks like a step out from number 34. It looks like Mira Allen. So a turnover here by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Juliana Campa is now in double digits as well. She's got 11.
Juliana Campa, she is a senior leader here for the Panthers this season. She is from Novato, California. She's been around for a long time as that jumper's back iron too hard, rebounded by Angelina Roach. So a little bit too hard there from that jumper from on top of the key by Inanna. And here comes Roach. You got Balestreri inside. She's trying to get positioning here with Julia Strand on her. Kick out to Alyssa Downes. Three-pointer, good.
There's
assist.
There's the three we were just talking about. And, again, Alyssa Downes, you knew she wasn't going to stay quiet all night long.
Alyssa Downes, she's going to be the one who has to answer the call here in this second half. 41-32, the Bulldogs back within single digits. High shot off the glass, contested by Balestreri. And here come the Bulldogs, a 2-on-1 up top to Balestreri, but it's deflected out by number 12, Julia Strand, the senior from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, I think she'd like to have that pass back. She was just a little light on it, something a little bit stronger. She gets it in there, and they get a quick layup.
Try and find her a little bit earlier, but that would have been an easy layup for Balestreri. But the Bulldogs get possession down low. Here's Roach with it. Goes inside to Downes. She has a double team. One pulls off. Here comes Downes inside with Mcpherson on her. Good defense by Brittany Mcpherson, the senior from Torrance, who stood straight up with her hands. And here comes Chapman the other way. Over to Strand, kicks it here near side to Campa. Up top to Kwan, swings it back over to Mcpherson. Baseline jumper, good. That's Inanna. And right now, defensively, the Bulldogs just not getting out on the shooters quick enough right now. And Chapman's really not getting any contested shots.
Yeah, they're not rotating very well right now. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to that zone again like they had when they went on that 10-0 run to chip away at that lead.
So here is Angelina Roach, lost the handle, picks it up though, gets it up top to Downes, and a lot of pressure put on here by Chapman. Lefty layup, no good. Rebounded by number 34, Mira Allen, kicks it out to Roach, over to Alyssa Downes for three. Back iron too hard, no good. and a layup offensive board from Mira Allen. She could have gone right back up with her left and decided to pull it back out.
Yeah, I think maybe she lost grip on the ball or something and didn't feel good about it. But I thought when she grabbed that ball, she was going to go right back up, and there was nobody there to contest it.
Good hustle play there from Brittany Mcpherson with the offensive rebound against Alyssa Downs. But you've got to be smarter there. Mira Allen, the first year for the Bulldogs, you've got to be able to go right back up with it. The freshman from Santa Ana, California. She was right there, missed the layup. No one was around her.
Yeah, again, you're talking, she averages 6 minutes a game, so she doesn't have that experience quite yet. She doesn't have that feel quite yet for the game. It's something that'll come with time, and the more she plays, the better she'll get at it.
And a nice job from Balastrari inside. The double team came in. Alyssa Downs was able to find her inside. She puts up the layup, misses it, gets her own board, puts it right back in for two. And it's, again, single digits now, 43-34.
And you go inside. There's no opportunity. There's nobody that can block her because she's so tall. She's so much taller than everybody else. That size advantage is huge.
Here comes Angelina Roach. Very aggressive play. Gets the blocking call. Maybe a little out of control there, but the first foul called in the quarter. It's going to go against number 1, Juliana Campa, and that's going to send Roach to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, she was a little out of control there, but there was some contact on the body, and you'll take the fouls where you can get them. Let's see if she can make some free throws. She was 2 for 4 earlier from the line, so needs to be a little bit better than 50%.
Knocks down the first here, 43-35. So far, the Bulldogs have been able to get within single digits, only at 9 points, though, on a number of occasions, but they have not been able to get within 9 points or closer until now. Now within 7 because of those 2 free throws from Roach.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, you just have to continue to chip away. As long as you don't let the game get away from you and you continue to play hard and you continue to try to put the ball through the rim, good things are going to happen. And here we go. They're back into that zone defense again.
So really trying to limit the inside play of Chapman, but they are going to leave the shooters open, though, on the outside. And like we said, Chapman has knocked down a few triples, and they knocked down another. That's number 11, Jamie Kwan. Looks like that's actually a 2-pointer. Foot was on the line. So here is Angelina Roach now with it. So leaving those shooters open as we have a blocking foul called on number 20, Kaylee Ishibashi, the freshman from Lakewood, California. First personal, second team foul. Here comes Starla Murillo back into the game for the Bulldogs, in for Mira Allen.
Yeah, well, and part of the reason that if you're Redlands that you're going to leave those shooters open is that three-point percentage that Chapman had coming into the game, 17%. You're going to make them beat you where they don't have their strength, right? You're looking to find places where you feel like you have an advantage, and so you will leave them open at that three-point line. If they knock them down, then you're just going to have to live with that.
So 45-36 the score. Nice baseline take from Alyssa Downs. A little out of control there as well, but was able to go baseline, draw the blocking foul. This one going, it says against Campa, but I believe that should be her second personal. That's the third team foul. And here's Downs with 2 free throws. She's actually one of the top 2 free throw shooters on the team, so this is exactly who you want at the line right now. 45-37 the score. Alyssa Downs, she's going to have to be the go-to in the second half for the Maroon and Gray to get back into it as she knocks down 2 of 2. 45-38 the score now.
Yeah, she's shooting just over 88%. You would expect her to hit those. And again, if you're going to force the issue, if you're going to go to the line, you need to knock down your free throws. That will be the difference late in the game, missed versus made.
Now, the Bulldogs are going to have to get some stops here right now. So far, they haven't been able to contest many shots here for Chapman. Pump fake there, top of the key. This is Kwan again. Jumper too hard. Rebounded by Balestreri. Outlets it up top to Roach. Opportunity for the Bulldogs. She has it with her left. Goes up, a little bit too hard. Balestreri there for the rebound. Puts it up. Gets fouled, though. Was unable to convert the layup. And she's going to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
You love to see that. That's exactly what you want out of your big. She gets the rebound and immediately goes right back up. Takes the hit on the arm, gets the foul, and now she's shooting 2.
So Balastrari, first free throw, back iron too hard. And just when we talked about her being a great free throw shooter, she ends up missing the first of two. No fans in the stands here tonight because of the COVID-19 safety protocols. She knocks down one of two, so 45-39, and the Bulldogs are within 6 right now. They were trailing by 21 after that first quarter, and they now have gone within 6 points here. 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
You know, it's funny. The Bulldogs they should be very aware of what could happen in this game and the ability to come back. The game against Wartburg that they played, the last game they played, they were up 26 points halfway into the second quarter. And with a minute to go in the game, it was a 2-point game. So they're very aware that you can continue to chip as Chapman calls a timeout to try to stop the bleeding here a little bit. It's a 4-point game.
That was a great defensive rebound from Julia Balestreri, and I like what Coach Murphy's doing, putting Balestreri in because of her height, and she's able to get the rebounds right now, and she's being aggressive on the glass. You've got to keep her in, though, because of the height advantage. You can then play her inside offensively, and defensively, she's a huge plays a pivotal role on the offensive glass as well and the defensive glass. But on the last one, they were able to outlet it to Alyssa Downes, who got it up top to Leah Tan, who was able to go up high off the glass, and is now a 4-point game, 45-41. The Bulldogs are right in it now with under 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, if you'd have told me before the game that with 3 of their starters out and starting four girls that had never started a game in college and they'd be within 4, I'd have told you that I wouldn't have thought that this would be the case. But they are battling, they're fighting. And you got to believe, right, going to Julia Balastrari in the middle, she's pretty much, for this game, replacing Hannah Jerrier, and that's the type of offense that they run already. So now you're back into kind of what you do as a team, and it's a little more familiar for everybody on the court, and that's going to be a big advantage once Hannah does come back, and once she graduates. You know, she's a senior. She probably could come back one more year because of the COVID
Correct.
year. But now you know what you've got in Julia as well, and that's a big deal if you're Redlands.
So right now the Bulldogs coming out of that timeout, which was called by Chapman, trying to stop the bleeding like you talked about. A blocking foul called against Balestreri. I thought that was great defense. Coach Murphy not happy about the call.
Nah, he felt like they fell down there a little bit, but sometimes calls don't go your way, and you'll plead your case, and hopefully the next time you get that call.
So it looks like we're going to have a media timeout that's called. Not sure if it should have been called earlier, but we're going to have another break in the action now here inside Courier Gym. Talking about some of the other SCIAC games going on here this evening on a Monday. Pomona Pitzer ends up beating Cal Lutheran 71-51 or 57. Pomona Pitzer's now 3-1. They're playing great. And then you've got Whittier leading Claremont right now, 34-30. That's going to be the game to watch. Whittier against Claremont, third quarter. And then you've got Occidental and Caltech. Caltech giving Occidental 47-29. They're giving them a game right now. And Caltech, that would give Oxy another loss. They would drop to 1-3. And Caltech, this would be the first win on the season. And then, of course, you've got the Chapman Redlands game here tonight, 45-41. A lot of people watching this game anxiously, many of them not knowing that Redlands is without 3 starters tonight, and they're still in this contest right now, even after a 21-point deficit early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, and those girls are sitting on the bench, and they're cheering, and they're part of the team. Unfortunately, the way that the NCAA COVID protocols work is once you have left the quarantine, which is now 5 days as recommended by the CDC, then there's another 5 days where you have to determine if the athlete is able to handle the stresses of playing a sport. So you've got all kinds of exertion tests and everything else. But you got to remember, it's all about the safety of the players. You got to keep the players safe, and ultimately, you know, we talk about, especially the D3 level, everybody's going in pro in something other than sports, and you want to make sure that everybody's going to be safe, even if it means missing one game. It sure is tough, especially on those seniors, but there's a lot more to be had after after playing sports in college, I can promise you. And so, I think it's good that they're keeping everybody safe. And they'll get back on the court by Wednesday in
Correct.
time to play Caltech.
But this was going to be the game because you got Cal Lutheran again here at home on Saturday. You'd have a lot of your team back. Is that three-pointer too hard off the mark here from Chapman? 45-41 the score. We're at 3:44 to go in this third quarter. Here is Angelina Roach playing some big minutes along with Alyssa Downes. She goes inside, the trap comes, trying to put it up too hard off the back iron. Got her own rebound, in and out. The ball last touched by Murillo. And it's going to be Chapman ball here on the end line. So a little bit too aggressive there from Downs. Had the double team, tried to get it up and through them, and ends up giving it over to Chapman here. 3:32 to go.
Yeah, if you can sneak out a win somehow tonight, figure out a way to get the dub, that's absolutely fantastic. And
absolutely.
And again, silver lining is you're seeing a lot of great play by some of the young players tonight. You can see what they can do under pressure. And that bodes well for the future of Bulldog basketball.
Great rebound there from Starla Murillo. Great look inside. That was number 12, Julia Strand. Here comes Leah Tan. No numbers, though. Balastrari trying to get, and she has a size advantage inside on number 5, Zoe Mazakis, who has checked into the game. So a disadvantage as Alyssa Downes jumper, no good. Offensive rebound from Balestreri, no good. Gets a rebound and touches the end line. Coach Murphy wants a push, doesn't get the call, and here comes Chapman with it. So Chapman pass half court, 45-41, a couple empty trips here for the Bulldogs. And here comes Strand, reverse layup is good. They got the back door.
Yeah, you knew you couldn't keep living on the edge like that, come away empty and expect that Chapman was going to keep doing the same. They're still going to score.
So here comes Redlands back the other way, looking inside for Murillo, goes up with it too hard, gets her own rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball, but an easy point-blank layup that you've got to be able to knock down.
Yeah, again, that's one of those things you're talking about, being a little over-amped. You're so excited. It's wide open. It's easy, and then you just smoke it.
And then Angelina Roach turns the ball over. Not sure who she was looking at. But here comes Chapman in transition. They go inside. And that's going to be a blocking foul called on Alyssa Downes. That's her second. And that's going to send number 5, Zoe Mazakis, a sophomore from Long Beach, to the line to shoot 2 free throws. On the other end, they should be going to Balestreri because Mazakis is on her. And that is a disadvantage for Chapman. But right now, they have not been able to capitalize on that. 47-41, you do not want Chapman to pull away here late in this third quarter.
No, again, you want to make sure that it's a close game come down the stretch. You want to give yourself that opportunity. If it gets close here at the end, you've got a chance. If you let them pull away 10, 15 points, especially with 8 people, you're going to get a little tired. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make a run. Yeah,
some very tired legs right now. As you see, Julia Balestreri is tired on the bench over there. The score is now 49-41. Another sub into the game, Sammy Anana, junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, back in. And here comes that press once again for Chapman. Roach, though, is running the point. She's trying to clear out Murillo. She's going to get it past half court, runs into the trap, and was able to get it over to Alyssa Downes. Downes, she's tired as well, relying on her and Roach to play big minutes here tonight. Downes, pull-up jumper, too hard, back iron, and I think that's just going to come down to the legs. As here comes Chapman the other way, into the paint, and Nana with it. Kicks it out, three-point attempt for Chapman on its way, back iron, hits the top of the scoreboard. Probably should have been
out of bounds
and Redlands ball, but play continues.
Yeah.
Ball up top to Roach. She could take the 3 if she wanted, but elects to hold on to it.
Yeah, the refs missed that on the other end, but it ended up going to Redlands anyway, bounced to them, and they get a bucket down low.
Angelina Roach posts up her player, goes high off the glass and kisses it in. 49-43. Bulldogs need to have a strong final minute here in this third quarter, as that maybe could have been a charge, but Mira Allen did not take it. But then the open jumper from Mcpherson, she's going to knock that down every time. No contested hand in her face.
Yeah, that's only your second basket of the game. But again, like we said, if you're going to leave the best players open, they're going to hit shots, and I would expect nothing less.
So here comes Angelina Roach over on the far side. 39 seconds to play. Pick set up high. Here comes Roach. Pull-up jumper. Back iron, no good, and rebounded by Campa. So really no rebounding inside because Balastrari is on the bench. And here come the Panthers. They're able to extend the lead. They lead 51-43, 9-point advantage. The Bulldogs were able to get within 5. And now it's crept back to 9 on a few empty possessions here. They send in here near side. Two-pointer on its way. Good. That's Sammy Anana, and Chapman continues to find it from long range. 10-point deficit, and no shot is able to get off here in the final stages of the third as we make our way to the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break here on the Bulldog Sports Network, and we'll be right back with you in a couple minutes to get started with the final 10 minutes. So this is going to be a big fourth quarter coming up. Bulldogs trail by 10, 53-43. They got within 4, but Chapman was able to go on a little run to end the third quarter. Here is Kaylee Watanabe. Early steal. Left-handed layup's good. That's a great way to start the fourth. A steal and a layup.
Yeah, 8-2 run to end the third quarter for Chapman to make it a 10-point game, and then you come out right away, put an end to the run, get 2 quick points, and it's back to an 8-point game again.
So, and here comes another steal from Watanabe, but you got to stay away from the trap. She gets it up top to Leah Tan. And right now on the bench, Angelina Roach and Julia Balestreri on the bench right now early for the Bulldogs. See what these subs can do. Three-pointer, Leah Tan, good! Leah Tan with a huge triple corner pocket. 53-48 the score now.
And just like that, it's a 5-point game, a game of runs. Looks like Coach Murph trying to rest a couple of his players that he's probably not going to give another rest down the stretch. He wants them into the game for the home stretch. So they're going to get a little break right now. And without them on the court, 5 straight points.
Campa for 3. That's good. Campa, the top 3-point shooter for Chapman, knocks down a big 3-pointer for the Panthers. And here comes that press.
I will tell you what's impressed me about Chapman is even when they turn the ball over, they're so quick to get back into that press. Even though it's chaotic, they know exactly who they're going to, exactly who they're trying to get, and forcing the issue. They're very good at that.
So here comes a sub for Chapman. Alyssa Downes is going to take the ball out over on the far sideline. That was a great defensive possession. Campa just drained a long-range 3, and that proved deadly. I thought it would be off the mark, but she was able to drain it. Watanabe was able to gather it. She's got Quan on her. Picks it up top from Murillo. Here's Watanabe. Sends it up top to Leah Tan. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here she comes into the paint. Little floater, too hard. No, that's going to drop. And Leah Tan with the last 5 points, a three-pointer, and now a floater. And then Maria with a hustle play on the near side. And it's a 6-point game, and here comes Angelina Roach in for Alyssa Downes, though.
Yeah, they almost had another steal there. And, again, playing hard, not giving up, even with your backs against the wall. That's what you like to see.
That's what you like to see here for the Bulldogs. 56-50 the score, but you've got to get within like 3 points, I would say, or 4 points. You've got lots of time left. Long rebound. Here comes Angelina Roach. Campa is on her. Roach is going to pull it back out. And here's Watanabe running the point for the Bulldogs. 7:30 to play. Pick set high. Watanabe has it tipped, though. Leah Tan was there, had it, lost it. Stolen away by Mcpherson. Here come the Panthers up top, and Campa was unable to gather it, and that's a turnover here for Chapman.
And if you're Chapman, that's gut-wrenching because they lost Juliana Campa in transition there, and she had a wide-open layup, and then just a little far off the fingertips.
So here's Angelina Roach with it. Going into the trap, goes back into the middle. You've got the numbers. Here is Tan, baseline, floater, too hard off the front iron. That looked like a good shot, though. That would have been huge for the maroon and gray.
That was a great take. Transition, had something open and took it. Another steal.
And here comes a 2-on-1 for the Bulldogs up top. That is that's number 40, Leah McKinney. She lost her footing, slips, and that's a traveling violation and another unlucky call for the Bulldogs. And here comes Balastrari. That would have been another layup there. Got him within 4, and we're at the 6:54 mark. A lot of time left in this game, but the Bulldogs have to get within 4 or 3 points to really provide some pressure here on Chapman.
Yeah, they already got 14 points off of turnovers tonight, but those last couple, those would have really helped to bring it a little bit closer.
Rebound off the mark, an offensive rebound, though. That's number 11. That's Jamie Kwan, but the jump ball is going to be awarded to Redlands. You've got to be tougher on the glass, though.
That's just a straight hustle play. She left that ball down where Kwan could get it, and now you lost the possession arrow on a possession that you should have had.
So here is Leah Tan past half court running the point for the maroon and gray. They trail by 6. Trying to go inside. Here comes Roach. She's going to go inside, up with her right. No foul called. Offensive rebound. It's waved off, and a turnover. Offensive foul called over the back against Balestreri. And Coach Murphy not happy about the call.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was it.
She had the size advantage.
She definitely did, and she had a long reach, and I didn't think she went over the back. She just kind of reached past her and grabbed it, but the referees saw something different.
So baseline here for Chapman into the paint. Runner, count it, no foul called, but a big shot from Julia Strand, the senior from Seattle, Washington. Makes it an 8-point game here at 58-50. Under 6 minutes to go. And here comes Alyssa Downes about to check back in. Watanabe with it all the way to Leah Tan. Over to Roach. She'll pull back for a three-pointer. Good! And Angelina Roach drains a triple. That's big. 58-53 the score now.
You can see Chapman on the defensive end and with their press really starting to tighten the nuts and bolts. They're trying to apply that pressure, and like we knew that they would, to get some of those turnovers.
So 2 free throws coming up. Unlucky here for the Bulldogs. Julia Strand turnaround jumper, but got hit on the arm as she went up.
Julia Strand making quite the comeback tonight. 15 points.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to welcome yourself back to the Chapman lineup.
Absolutely. Strand, the senior from Seattle, Washington, from Shorecrest High School, has 2 free throws here. 5:24 to go. 58-53, knocks down the first free throw. Coach Murphy having a word with the far official saying, hey, he's got to go both ways. But these are 2 big free throws here for Chapman. She knocks down both. And here comes the press once again. Up top to Roach. That was Murillo tossing it in. And Roach, she's going to go up for 2. Draws the foul, and Roach's going to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job by her forcing the issue. just trying to get back down and get some points, and she saw something in the lane. Wasn't able to convert, but now she's standing at the charity stripe, chance to get 2 points.
So the foul was called on Orel Shalom, the senior from Rancho Palos Verdes. That's her third personal, second team foul. As Roque knocks down the first of 2 free throws. 60-54, that's 20 points now on the night for Roque. And knocks down 2 of 2.
Yeah, she's having quite the night scoring.
Absolutely, her and Leah Tan. Here is Shalom, elbow jumper, too hard, rebounded by Balestreri. When you get a great defensive stop, you have to be able to capitalize on the other end of the floor. 5 minutes remaining, 5-point game. This is a big possession. Here's Alyssa Downes. Here's Murillo, jumper from up top, too hard, rebounded by Roque. She's trying to go up with her left, out of control though, no foul called. And here comes Chapman, they have the numbers. And they go up to Strand. Leah Tan was there, probably thought she'd take a charge, but elected not to, and now Murillo's trying to get it in. Leah Tan back to Murillo, up top to Downs, and here come the Bulldogs.
It's a great job breaking that press.
And that's going to drop in for Alyssa Downs from the elbow. Was kind of skeptical on that shot, but it's now 62-57, back and forth right now. Redlands needs some stops here.
Yeah, she didn't look confident in the shot, but she was wide open and was able to just kind of kiss it off the rim, and it went in for her.
So a baseline jumper off the back iron, rebounded by Murillo. Over to Roque, it's poked away by McPherson, and you've got to be careful with the ball. 4 minutes to go. We're going to a media timeout, and you have to be able to keep possession here down the stretch.
Yeah, and interesting to note also, Angelina Roach 1 point away from her career high. She's done it twice, 22 points, twice this year, December 1st against CMS and December 20th against number 13 Wartburg. Here again with some career high in a game that really matters, right? So she's up to the task of performing when her team needs her the most. And we'll see if she can add and have a new career high after tonight.
And we've talked about this earlier. If the Bulldogs can pull off this win tonight, being shorthanded without 4 big-time players that play big minutes, to be able to get them back for the Caltech game and then for Saturday, if you can come away with this win tonight, you are set up for success the rest of the season.
I mean,
it
absolutely would give you so much confidence. And again, not just from the standpoint of winning, but confidence in the other role players, right? All the girls that had a chance to play significant minutes tonight, that got to see the court truly for the first time in meaningful minutes. You can't buy, or you can't just get that experience in practice. You have to play a game, and to be able to get it, and then if you come out with the victory, I mean, that's just huge for the Bulldogs. So we'll see what they can do here over the next 4 minutes.
So coming out of that timeout, the media timeout, Bulldogs are going to have possession here under 4 minutes of play. 62-57 the score. Leah Tan, front iron, no good. Offensive rebound. That's going to be a jump ball, though, awarded to Chapman. That's not what you want to see, but a look from Leah Tan. She thought she had the opening, just short.
It looked good, and it was just short. And Julia, again with her length, was able to corral it, but unfortunately it was a little low, and the other Panthers were able to get their hands on it and jump ball. But now the possession arrow back again favoring the Bulldogs, so we'll see if that plays a factor down the stretch.
So three-pointer off the mark from Campus, but the rebound offensively for Julia Strand puts it back in, 64-57. Right now, Chapman's just kind of inching themselves away right now with 3:20 to go. Redlands needs to get some baskets here late. You can't have empty possessions. So here's Murillo, pump fake, up top to Roque, thought of the three, didn't like it. Over to Leah Tan for three, that's going to be back iron. Offensive rebound for Murillo, nice job to get inside, and she lays it up for two.
Yeah, that's huge by Starla. She had that one where she grabbed earlier and then was a little too much and smoked it, but this time Perfect. That was huge with that garbage bucket, cleaning up the trash.
And a block there from Balestreri. She had it stolen away. Strand with the jumper. Back iron, no good. Rebounded here by Alyssa Downes.
Wow, great block, but really dodged a bullet on that one.
You got to be strong inside, Julia Balestreri. You've got to be tough down low. Here comes Roque. Left-handed over to Murillo. Jumper baseline. Too hard. And the ball's on the ground. And we're going to have another jump ball. It's awarded to Redlands. 13 on the shot clock, though.
After making that shot, she's feeling a little confidence, and she took a shot. And you like to see it. You like to see confidence. Even though she missed it, you like to see the confidence that she's not afraid to shoot the ball.
So Bulldog ball here on the end line. That's going to be Roque. Up top to Balestreri. Goes high off the glass. That's good. And just like that, the Bulldogs within 3, 64-61. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. We have a game now.
Yes, we do. And there it was again, Julia Balastrari.
So it looks like they're switching the defensive chance. Strand, nice block, but you've got to go after the ball and grab it, though. Balestreri was right there. She could have grabbed it, but elected not to. Here comes Strand with the take. Block from Balestreri. Gets the rebound. Outlets it to Murillo. And we are now under 2 minutes to play.
Much better rebound that second time. She learned her lesson pretty quick. But the missed rebound the first time, that's where you miss an experienced person like Hannah Jerrier, right? Where she doesn't allow that kind of stuff to happen.
Count the basket. It should have been a blocking foul. But Angelina Roach with the quick up and under two-step left-handed layup, and that gets the Bulldogs within 1, 64-63, a minute 23 to go.
And now a new career single game score, 23 points and counting.
This is some pressure here. Backdoor cut. Balestreri was there.
It's a
traveling violation called on Chapman. Balestreri came down low, kind of scared her, the Chapman player. She kind of stutter-stepped. I thought it was going to be a blocking foul, but it's going to be awarded to Redlands down low. A new sub into the game. It's number 23, Katie Kubo, a starter. And here comes the press for Chapman. Angelina Roach, she has it. Take care of the ball. Here comes the trap, though, from Chapman. Up top to Murillo. She's played some big minutes here tonight for the Maroon and Gray. Back up top to Roque. You've got plenty of timeouts. We're under a minute now. This is a big possession. Pick set. Here comes Roque. Goes up with her left. High off the glass. Good! And the Bulldogs on top by 1. 65-64. And a timeout called by Carol Jew, head coach for Chapman University. We have a game.
You want to talk about things that are people that are difference makers and things that make a difference in the game, right? The offensive possession, obviously you take the lead, but the defensive possession, the last couple of possessions, Julia Balestreri had a couple blocks on Julia Strand, and then she came down the court, got ready to take a shot, and Balestreri's size and the fact that she blocked her twice got her to think she jumped, and that caused the travel. So it's that kind of presence, having someone in the middle and her size that played a factor in that turnover that ultimately led to the Bulldogs taking the lead with 57 seconds to go.
And Balestreri getting it nice and high up off the glass, 65-64. We are under a minute to play in this game. But right now, the Bulldogs need a stop on the defensive end. They've got to contest the shooters, but you have to get the rebounds down the stretch. You've got to be able to grab the ball, maintain toughness, hold on to it. But right now, you've got to contest the shooters.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last couple of possessions, the Bulldogs have come away, keeping Chapman scoreless, and right now they got a lot of confidence, which is why Carol Jew took the timeout. She wanted to settle her team down. Hey, guys, continue to play the way that we've played, work the ball. We've shot well all night. Continue to do that. Play our game, get the balls to our playmakers, and we'll be just fine.
And we've got a lot of time left right now, 50.9 seconds, and Carol Jew, a veteran coach in Division III around the country. She knows what she's doing. Let's see what call she's going to come up with here. So Mcpherson over to the far side. Mcpherson, no. Campa gets it. Leah Tan was there. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Too hard. You've got to get the rebound, though. The block from Balestreri, too hard. She gets it. And it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Murphy, and he is standing at half court. And Chapman is trying to say, was it a jump ball? Was there a foul? And Redlands is saying they want to advance the ball towards half court. 31.3 seconds, 27 on the shot clock. I'm interested to see if Chapman's going to foul here on purpose, or are you going to play this 27 seconds out and then hope for a miss and then play the final possession out? Let's see what Chapman's going to do. What would you do, Charlie?
I think in this situation, it's going to depend on what the Bulldogs do right here. They're set. If you foul them, they've been shooting well from the free throw line tonight, and you make it a 3-point game, you give yourself a shot at the other end. But I think you got to play defense. You've played good defense all night, and you're known for your press. You're known for creating that havoc. Try to get the turnover, and then it's only a 1-point game. You get a chance to win the game. I'm always in favor of doing whatever's going to win the game, and they just added some time on the clock. So now it's a six-second difference. I definitely think you got to play defense at this point.
Yeah, 6 seconds. Try and get the stop, and then 6 seconds is a lifetime, especially in basketball in the final seconds of the fourth. But this is huge. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here over these final 33 seconds. You've got Leah Tan, Julia Balestreri, Alyssa Downes, Angelina Roach, and Murillo. Let's see who they're going to get the ball. And I'm shocked that Murillo's taking it out. I would think Alyssa Downes would take it out and then find somebody. But it looks like they're trying to get it to their top free throw shooters, which is Alyssa Downes and Angelina Roach right now.
Yeah, again, your two hottest hands. Well, Angelina's incredibly hot tonight. She's got 25 points. Again, career high. Anything she hits over this is just adding to that single-game career high. Alyssa with 11 points. You've got Tan with 11 points as well. And Balastrari's almost in double digits also. So I think you want to try to get it to one of them.
So here's some movement. They're trying to get the trap over to here to Downs, and a push called on Mcpherson. They're not in the bonus, though. No. So you have to keep fouling them. And it's down to 31.9 seconds, and there's only 3 fouls. The first on Mcpherson. You still have to get 2 more fouls to put them on the free throw line. So here is Roach, and another reach-in foul. This one's going against Sammy and Nana. 30.6 seconds.
So the play,
and the shot clock should almost be off at 27 seconds. It's not. It's going to stay at 27. And let's see. You got to be careful. Over to Alyssa Downes. That's going to put Downes on the free throw line. Your top free throw shooter going to the line to shoot 2 free throws with 29.6 seconds left. And that's 4 fouls now on Julia Strand, number 12.
Yeah, if it goes to overtime, that may make a difference. But obviously, you try to win in regulation. That's ultimately what you're trying to do. Interesting play, putting her at the free throw line. But again,
let's see how tired her legs are right now.
Yep.
Knocks down the first.
Carol Jew, a very experienced coach. I'm sure she knows way more than I do about basketball, and she knows exactly what she's doing, and she's going to do what's best to put her team in a position to win the ball game.
Absolutely. Second free throw on the way to make it a 3-point game. Good! So 67-64. Carol Jew calling a timeout to advance the ball. They have 1 possession left. Let's see if they're going to do a quick 2-1. Or are they just going to play for the final possession, put up a 3, and hopefully it happens. Let's see what defense the Bulldogs are going to play. You've got to get out to the shooters. Or do you go for a quick layup, get an easy 2 going inside, and then hope for a foul and an and 1? Or you get within 1, hope for a turnover, and you foul, send them to the free throw line. There's a lot of situations you can do here.
Now, Chapman today has broken the mold a little bit. They've hit a couple of threes, and again, we know they're only a 17% three-point shooting team. So that probably factors into it a little bit. But if you feel like you're Chapman, you got the hot hand, you might come out right now and try to take that 3. I think it's really going to depend on the look that you get. With 29 seconds left, I think you take the 2, you try to extend the game, hope somebody misses a free throw somewhere. But the Bulldogs were in this situation against Wartburg 3 weeks ago. It seems like forever ago, where they got into a free throw shooting game, and they hit them all down the stretch and ended up winning that game. So we'll see if they can do the same thing here.
So we'll have 1 final possession here for Chapman. Here's Mcpherson trying to go end line. She's going to go into Strand. Right-handed layup is good. Count the layup. and a timeout called by Coach Murphy, and they went for the quick 2 and the quick layup. Strand with a nice take there.
Yeah, Strand right now is the hot hand for Chapman, 23
wow.
points. So, again, if it goes to overtime with 4 fouls, that's an advantage for the Bulldogs, certainly.
Yeah, if you're looking, Julia Strand on the season, not many minutes, though. She's only played in 2 games, averaging 15.5 points in those 2 games, though. And she was someone to watch out for because she was injured. She's coming back, but she is playing a fantastic game this evening.
Yeah, they're absolutely, can't say enough good things about her. Chapman's happy to have her back. She debuted December 19th, coming off that injury, like you said. And she, coming into the game, had 516 career points. So she's a scorer, and
absolutely.
She's showing it tonight.
So let's see what Murillo's going to do inside the rope. A quick reach-in foul. That's going to go, it looks like, against number 23, Katie Kubo. That's her second personal. And that's going to send Angelina Roach to the line for 2. She's been a little suspectful tonight on the free throws. But down the stretch, she's knocked down 2 of 2. First half, she was 2 of 4. These are 2 big free throws coming up for her.
Yeah, on the season, she's just shy of 63%. So we wouldn't call it exactly her strong suit. But today, when the game's on the line, she's been big.
Knocks down the first. And we were talking about this. Are the legs going to become a factor with how many minutes Alyssa Downes and Angelina Roach have been playing? She knocks down the first. It's a 2-point game. 1 more free throw can make it a 3-point advantage. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound for Balastrari. And she gets a foul call before it got ripped away. And Balastrari's going to the line. A huge offensive rebound.
We've talked about it all night and probably beaten a dead horse here, but the size advantage has been such a big deal for the Bulldogs inside.
Now it comes up to Balestreri. She can make it a 4-point game with these 2 free throws. And Balestreri, she's not a bad free throw shooter.
No, she's shooting about 75%, 76.2%, so 3 out of 4.
She's not a typical free throw shooter. She's too hard on the first. But she still has another opportunity here with 14.6 seconds. Chapman cannot advance the ball. They have no timeouts left. And this free throw is huge right now for the Bulldogs.
And if you're the Bulldogs, with only 2 fouls, you may consider fouling them a little bit here.
I would too. You're right.
Time.
Absolutely. You have 2 fouls. You have 3 to give or 2 to give. Maybe just give a foul. McPherson's there. Don't foul him in the act of shooting. McPherson inside the Strand. Out to Campas. That's a 3-pointer. That's good. The best 3-point shooter was left alone. And she knocks it down. Huge free 3-pointer for Juliana Campa to tie this game up at 69 with 4.9 seconds left.
Yeah, that was a very clutch 3-pointer. They left her open, and again, we talked about it. You don't want to foul them in the act of shooting, but maybe get 1 foul in there.
Exactly. Get a quick foul and
take a couple extra seconds off.
Exactly.
Although on the other end, now you're looking at it. You got 4.9 seconds left. You get to advance the ball. You are going to get the last shot. And going into overtime, you got Julia Strand with 4 fouls.
Exactly.
But how much luck? And it's not luck that the Bulldogs are here. They've played incredibly hard this game. They have the young players have stepped up tonight, just like Murph said they needed to, and have done an absolutely fantastic job of putting themselves in a position to win this game. And we said it earlier, if you could keep it close and make it a close game at the end and give yourself a shot, you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. But you're right. I like the call, though. Maybe pick up a foul there before a 3-pointer can be taken off. That's what I would have done before they can kick it out to campus. She was wide open for a 3. Nobody was even on her. Maybe try a box and 1 on her. She's your best 3-point shooter for Chapman. But she ends up knocking down probably the biggest 3-pointer of the season, maybe for her career. 4.9 seconds left. They go inside to Balestreri. Up and under move with the right. Count the basket. 1 final shot left for Chapman. 8. Last second. Oh, my goodness. It almost goes for the Panthers, and the Bulldogs, Julia Balestreri with the up and under move to lay it up, but then Chapman with the unbelievable half-court shot that hits the back iron and almost falls. What a game, Charlie.
That was unbelievable. And of all the people that are taking the shot, you've got your Alyssa Downes and Angelina Roach are your go-to. They're your starters. And they put the trust in Julia Balestreri because she had the size and she had a bit of a hot hand. 12 points tonight and played absolutely unbelievable. I had said before the game that it was going to be tough to fill Hannah Jerrier's shoes. Those are tough shoes to fill, and she absolutely killed it and then came up with the biggest shot of her career so far, I'm sure.
For Coach Murphy to go in, and that's a smart play. You have all your guards up top high. You leave your big down by herself, isolating.
In a mismatch.
She's going to win that every single time with the up and under move to pull off the win. Wow, 71-69 to make up a 21-point deficit after the first quarter to come away with a win to remain undefeated in conference play. The Bulldogs win tonight inside Courier Gym, 71-69. Redlands improves to 7-2, 3-0 in conference play. Chapman drops to 3-7, 2-2 in conference, and a heartbreaker. The game they wanted to have, especially on the road, with four crucial players not playing tonight for the University of Redlands Bulldogs. Let's talk about some final stats here from tonight's game.
Well, if we're looking at it, one of the things that Chapman really wanted to do, right, is they wanted to create turnovers, and they did. They got Redlands with 13 turnovers, but it was Redlands that really capitalized on their turnovers. They forced 11, and they had 16 points off turnovers, and that was part of the difference tonight. Again, a game of runs. They were down by 21 at the end of the first quarter, and they just chipped away, and little runs here and little runs there. They were down 10 at the end of the third quarter. And here they are, 2-point victory. And if you're Chapman, you're probably scratching your head a little bit going, how did that happen? But a little bit of resilience, and I'll tell you what, if you're Coach Murph, you have to be absolutely so excited about what you saw tonight, what you're going to see from your team moving forward, and what you know that you now have in some of your younger players that haven't seen as much playtime. Now you have that confidence. You can rely on them in big game situations to get it done.
Absolutely. 71-69 the score. The game-winning shot coming from Julia Balestreri, who's playing big minutes for Hannah Jerrier, who is out because of COVID-19 protocols. We talked about this. If the Bulldogs could come away with a victory tonight, they would have an easier week moving forward. You've got Caltech Wednesday, where a majority of those players here tonight are probably going to be suiting up Wednesday night to play Caltech on the road. Now, Caltech is no easy task. They came away with a huge win against Oxy tonight. But then they have Cal Lutheran here at home on Saturday. So this is a big week. A lot of games happening. What are they going to have to do, and what adjustments are they going to have to make moving forward?
Well, if you're the Bulldogs, I mean, again, you're feeling pretty good after this game, and one of the things that you have to do is, as a coach, you want to talk to them about enjoying it tonight, but you got to get back after it tomorrow. It is a quick turnaround. You get one day off, and then you got to go play Caltech, who's feeling really good about themselves, especially after a great win versus Occidental. Or they're about to beat Occidental. There's 9 seconds left. Yeah. So they're going to win that game. And you can't look past any opponent. Cal Lu is obviously a huge rival for the University of Redlands. And sometimes you can get caught looking down the road past a team. You cannot look past Caltech. They get their first win in conference tonight. So I think that's really going to be the key for them is getting back on the horse tomorrow. And then working with those players that are coming out of COVID protocol. I don't know if they are able to practice tomorrow with the team. If they're not, that will be interesting to see because they haven't played together, most of them, in almost 3 weeks. So you never know how that's going to affect you when you get on the court. Are they going to mesh well together? It looked like this group, by the end of the game, they'd settle down and they'd mesh pretty well together, which may bode well for Murph. He may stick with some of these starters again and then ease some of the other players back into the game as it goes on. And he has that luxury now because he knows what he has in some of these other players.
Yeah, you've got some quality minutes from some of these players that we have hardly had any minutes at all. You know, you talked about Kaylee Watanabe, who was starting tonight. You had Mira Allen, who started tonight. You got McKinney, who also played big minutes. But I think an unsung hero, we talked about Angelina Roach. I think Starla Murillo did a fantastic job this evening for the Bulldogs.
She did. She was a little excitable early, but late in the game, she had that confidence. You saw that she had the missed shot, but that's okay because, again, she was open, and she took the shot. She hit that big she got that rebound, put it up and in, and didn't hesitate that time. And, yeah, I mean, again, a lot of these girls got a lot of confidence from today. It was good seeing Leah Tan out there. You know,
Absolutely.
She already plays a lot of minutes, but she ended up getting a lot of minutes tonight. Again, you can't say enough about Julia Balastrari and what you saw out of her tonight. That was great to see her have such a big game and then have that great moment there.
And Leah Tan was in double figures tonight. This was her big breakout game of the season for her.
Yeah,
Leah Tan.
So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 players in double figures for the Bulldogs tonight. That's what Murph was talking about when he said we're going to have to. The other players are going to have to pick up as well. Alyssa and Angelina are not going to be able to carry the team by themselves. Now, Angelina had a fantastic night. She had a career night, 26 points. Alyssa had 13 points tacked on, but Leah Tan with 11, Julia Balestreri with 12. You got Kaylee Watanabe. She added 2. Starla Murillo had 6 points, and again, that all adds up by the end of the game to 71, and that made the difference.
Absolutely. So a big game here tonight for the University of Redlands women's basketball team, overcoming a 21-point first-quarter deficit to come away with a 71-69 victory over the visiting Chapman University Panthers, who had Julia Strand back, averaging 15.5 points per game over her last 2 contests. But this is a huge win with limited players, only 8 available for the Bulldogs. They improved to 7-2, a perfect 3-0 in conference play. Their next game is going to be this coming Wednesday on the road against Caltech. That will be January 12th at 7 o'clock. The men will be playing here at home on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. That's going to be an exciting game to watch. And then the Bulldogs are going to be back home here January 15th this Saturday against Cal Lutheran, a 4 o'clock start. That's going to be an interesting game to watch as well. Some other scores around the league before we get off the air here tonight. Pomona Pitzer ended up beating Cal Lutheran 71-57 tonight. The big game of the night, though, Whittier College stunning Claremont Mudscripts 53-46. That is a huge win for the Purple and Gold. They continue to remain hot right now in conference play. They're currently 4-1 now in SCIAC.
And their only loss
was to Redlands. But they also had 2 starters not playing that game against us. So that's going to be an interesting tale to see coming down the road what's going to happen. The other scores, Caltech beating Occidental 72-55, and then, of course, Redlands beating Chapman 71-69. Chapman University, they drop to 3-7 overall, 2-2 in conference play. Their next game, they remain on the road. This Wednesday, January 12th, they're going to Laverne to play. That's going to be a high-scoring affair, I have a feeling. But an exciting game. Charlie, an exciting game for you to watch. A lot of takeaways we talked about, a lot of in-depth analysis we talked about tonight's game. How excited are you about the season?
I am. It's always fun when you get to call games and the team is winning, right? And that's always the best part. It's tough to call games when the team's not doing well. And going into this season, there were high expectations. You were bummed that last season got canceled, especially because the Bulldogs were going to defend. So really, the Bulldogs are defending their title this year, and it's a 2-year thing, and they're going to have the target on their back. Everybody is going to give them their best shot because they've all been waiting 2 years to play basketball and get a shot at the SCIAC championship. So
correct.
Again, even that makes what happened tonight an even bigger deal, right? They had the target on their back. Chapman gave them everything they could handle, and down the speed bump in the road that Coach Murph talked about, that's what it was. And, again, going back to tonight's game, I mean, it was what happened in the paint tonight. That was where the game was won. 42 rebounds to 31, right? You have 27 defensive rebounds, 30 points in the paint to Chapman's 20, 5 blocks to 0 blocks. That's where this game was won, in the trenches, in the paint, and it kind of looks like the Bulldogs with 2 very good centers. That's going to be tough for the rest of the league to match up with.
Of course, and hopefully a lot of these starters for the Bulldogs will be back Wednesday night. And hopefully, fingers crossed, going up against a Caltech team that has a lot of confidence after pulling off a 72-55 win over Occidental College this evening. So, again, some exciting matchups coming up this week, but the biggest one coming here for the University of Redlands, shorthanded tonight against Chapman University. And Chapman got one of their big scores back in Julia Strand, who had a tremendous game. But we want to thank you all for tuning in tonight to the Bulldog Sports Network for tonight's Division III matchup between the Bulldogs and the Panthers. I'm Lance Franey, joined by Charlie Yeager. Charlie, thanks so much for hopping on tonight with me.
And again, thank you for having me. What a great first game to get to call.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping they're all exactly like this. It might not be good for my heart, but
but Charlie's going to be hopping on with us throughout this season as well with the future games that we have here at home. So we're really excited to have Charlie joining us as well for the rest of the season. Once again, thank you all for joining us this evening. Our next game being streamed live here on GoRedlands.com will be this Saturday afternoon when the Bulldogs take on California Lutheran University, January 15th, beginning at 4 o'clock.